Yes, good afternoon wherever you are getting us live. This is Atlantic Online TV, the home of the TV revolution. And then your number one program, that's the Education Bantaba platform that always coming away every Monday from the hour 12 to 1 o'clock. I am your able host, Mr. Mass Sanyang. My co-host is Babukari Iyebusu. He's not with us today. But without wasting more time, today I came with brilliant people, and then I will say it, they are also youth leaders, and then we are to discuss a very important celebration that is at the corner, and then maybe in 1 week or 2 weeks time. But without wasting more time, I will allow them to introduce themselves, then we kickstart the program. Then please, can you tell us who you are?
All right. Good afternoon, wonderful audience. Thank you, Mr. Mas Jamme. Thank you for hosting us. My name's Omar Trawale, and we're part of the team of organizers that is commemorating the Day of the African Child in West Coast. Thank you so much.
Yes, Umar Tarawale, thank you so much. And then my name is Mr. Mass Sanyang, not Jamme. Anyway, it's fine. You give me this honor of Jamme. So, yes, next.
I'm Omar Dawa. I'm also part of the organizing committee for the celebration of the initiation that we come with. So we come here to talk about the 16th June, which is just around the corner.
Yes, Umar, I don't know whether you are afraid or maybe you are feeling cold, but I think it's very important we speak louder to those at the receiving end. So, yeah, next.
Yes, I am Yusuf Okoli, part of the organizing committee of the celebration of the Day of the African Child. Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much, Umar Tarawale, Umar Drabo, and then Yusufa Koli for honoring our invitation. And then I think the Day of an African Child is something that every one of us need to partake on for the celebration because it's something that is very important. And then the whole Africa, the continent of Africa is observing the day. And then it always celebrates annually on the 16th of June. And then this year it will be celebrated at Brikama at Governor's Office. So I think I will start with Omar. Omar, please take us through a brief history of the Day of an African Child.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sanya. Like you earlier said, the Day of the African Child celebration. This is a commemoration that is annually done. It first came. The celebration first started with the African Union. They celebrated in conjunction to the 1976 Soweto uprising in South Africa, which children came together to fight for the right of education. But this is going to be a quality education because we've all, even though that we haven't. We've read books about Soweto, we've watched movies about Soweto that actually talked about how segregation children were. There were inferiority between white children to black children. And we believe as African children we should be all equal in terms of in terms of anything that is to be given to us. So the children stood up to say, okay, we want quality education for all. This is in solidarity with them that every year we celebrated the Day of the African Child.
Yeah.
On the 16th.
Omar, I think it's very important. You also adjust on a brief history of the Day of an African Child that always celebrate on the 16th of June. And yes.
This is a international day which was set aside by then Organization of African Unity, now AU. We now call it African Union. It's the day that we do remind ourselves what happened in Soweto, June 16, in 1976. The school children went out to demand demand for quality education. Up to so many dates or solidarity. So that is the African Union put aside this day so that we can remember those, sacrificed their lives, those who went out to for this very, important, because to uh, get, everybody a good quality education rather than, give it to others and leave others. So I think, it's a great day, and we should, we should, also pay respect to, those who died, those who lost their lives or get injured or anything. So the day is very, very important, and it's a very, nice for us to reflect the day and to celebrate it and pay tribute to these people.
Yes, Umar Soweto, and then we still, yeah, we still can hear to the Julius Malema, economic freedom fighter of South Africa political party, that he always talked about the Soweto, especially the children uprising stars that take place in South Africa in the 1976. So I think some of the students, especially the black majority, were denied access to education, access to health, access to clean water, and some of the basic needs. So, what is your take on that?
For me, every child, pertaining to as far as you are a children, this should, stop only, only one place. For children to get good education, I think is very, very, important, and we can also take our country ahead because these people are the future generations. So they should take care, you know, the government more should take care of these people, and also for them to get good education will not only help themselves but for the nation because they have to get good preparation for them to be good leaders tomorrow. So they can only get that through when they have quality education.
Yeah, down to you, Yusufa Koli. I think Nasir Mandela in 1994 stood up, and then he was also paying tribute to some of the students who lost their life or who get severe injured during the Soweto incident in 1976. And then he was at least vividly talking about uh, uh, equal education, equal right to all blacks and then the whites minority in South Africa. And then still, I would say is, blacks are still, we are the majority, but still, when it's come into access to education, access to other basic needs, we become minority. So still, Africans need to realize their potential, and then our children need to know that equal education is a basic right, and then each and every one of us have the right to be given quality education. But I'll bring the narrative to the Gambia here, where some of us will say that people are not given equal rights to education because those in the ministerial post, their children are always in the private school, and whilst the poor will send their students in the maybe kids in the government school. So meaning those in our top offices or top officials, they have no faith for the government. So what is your take on that?
Thank you very much, Mr. Sanya. I think it's quite clear that education to most of the children, especially those in the rural area or those that are less privileged, get that not that much quality education as others that are privileged to financial status, and then those there who parents are working with the government. So you will see the gap, not even the gap, but also those going privileged children in the communities or in the rural areas will always be in school and then also going to sell. This will shows how less quality education they will have. Because one, instead of preparing, reading, going to school, you will be going to the market to sell. From there also, you will go prepare to school. So the quality will be less because you will not have enough time to rest. You will not have enough time to prepare, likewise the others. So I think the gap is still there. So it is important for us to talk about it. It is important for us to advocate about it. It is important for us to stand up and then make sure that those privileged students or those privileged children to have at least minimum of quality education?
Yes, just for this Day of an African Child or Soweto incident, can you relate it to Gambia here? Do you have any incident related to that? Where
Um,
children were also massacred or maybe eliminated or injured? Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I think the student demonstration that occurred sometimes in 2000, right? That can reflect to the Soweto uprising, and then at least those children or those who were advocating for that activity were asking at least for us to have minimum quality education for all the children, because looking at it, quality education is basically within the combos, and then even not even within the combos, but to the far end of West Coast region, you will see the gap, those children that are going to school and those children that are not going to school, and those children that are going to the government schools and those children that are going to the private schools, you will see the gap. So we want to bring that gap. We want to bring that quality education to at least all the children within the Gambia and then within the region of West Coast.
Yes, Omar, what happened in 2000 student demonstration in the Gambia? Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sanyang. So basically, we've all read or we've all heard about the incident that happened in 2000. A lot of students, specifically children, that stood up to say, okay, corporal punishment was something that was very heavy in the country at the time, which even resulted to a colleague was beating to the detriment of losing his life. This led to children coming out with their larger numbers and said, you know, we want this to stop. It doesn't mean if you want me to have a quality education, you need to beat me to death. You could have given me a lot of other means of doing things without not beating me. And corporal punishment is beyond just beating. But even the psychological trauma that you cause to a student or a child would lead the child not to focus on whatever the child wants to do.
Yeah, Omar, in those days, they will say, at least if you want your child to focus on education, you need to at least beat the child. You need to make sure that at least the child focus on what he or she is doing. So don't you think that corporal punishment is good for education? Or?
To set the record straight, let us go through the records and see when corporal punishment was abolished or was, you know, I can say, reduce the performance of children and compared to the time that corporal punishment was done. Let's go straight to the records and see what is there. It is shown that if you're giving a clear path to a child and then they understand what they need to do, would give them a greater pathway of what they wanted to achieve rather than beating them. Because the more you beat them, the more you are inculcating something in them that is, you know, giving them that heart that will make them to do something beyond imagination.
Yes, Omar. Omar said no corporal punishment. But my question I'm going to direct to you is, don't you think that today, if we go to our schools, children have no discipline, students have no discipline, they have no respect to their teachers, and then they always violate the school's rules and regulations. So don't you think that this corporal punishment, how do you see that? So in those days, they will tell you no student is smart to stand to fight physically with your teacher because everybody have respect because you are forced to respect your teachers. But still, we don't have that rhythm in our school. So what do you think we are heading to?
I think for us, then we are at primary school. It's not that time was not, you know, around this because this thing when it was happened in 2000. At that time, I cannot recall anything, and then I was going to primary school. But then the way they used to, you know, beat us, you know, even our parents, you know, will even, you know, take us to school when you are even late, and they will put you on the table and they will beat you in front of you know, in front of them. But then and now cannot be, because the more the generation is going, because in every 40 years, you know, there are, yeah, you know, the generation has to be passed back into the order. But we say in 21st century, the time that we are right now, you cannot, force or, I think, corporal punishment now, if you want to bring it back to school, it will bring damages. Because in a sense, it will not be like, previous years is that it used to be. So right now, I think they have to shift to another another thing, which they can sit at a parental level, or even at the ministry level, and see what best they can do. But to for them to continue this corporal punishment, it will not bound anything to but the damage.
Yeah.
It will
Then,
only bring
Yusfa,
damage.
still we are in the celebration of the Day of an African Child, and then it's supposed to take place on June 16, 2025 at Governor's Office. So tell us the preparation. How is the preparation going on?
Thank you very much. The preparation is on high gear. Like you can see today, we're here to at least give a preview to those listeners or to those following on the preparation. Like I said, this year the preparation is a little bit different. Like we used to do it every year. Previously, every organization will do it on their own. So this year, we deem it necessary to come together and then do one big celebration that will add more value to the voice of the children, to the voice of child-led organizations within the region and then within the country. As you all know, this is a start. So we just call on all child-led organizations within West Coast to come together and then do one big celebration. And I think they have answered to our call. Here we are today. We have done most of our preparation, and then we are on high gear. Like you said, the celebration of the Day of the African Child is on the 16th of June. But for us, like I said, on the 16th of June will fall on a school calendar day. So we shifting it to on the 21st of June. That will be on a Saturday, which will allow all students or all child-led organizations to take part. Thank you.
Yeah, Umar, I think it's very important you tell us the same thing, the preparation, and then how do you intend to do the program, the format of the program, or do you have any idea?
All right. Thank you very much. So usually, I can say we've been celebrating the Day of the African Child, and even to our level when we were children, usually we have our coordination team that will be elders, but they will be behind the scene. They will just facilitate things behind the scene and leave everything that day to be entirely celebrated by us, the children. And I think it's the same norm that we are continuing. We're going to do all the partner engagements, all the lobbying, but this lobbying, even though our children are all inclusive, we are doing it with them together so that they can also understand, because this is how we were also being taught to follow proceedings. Whatever we are doing with the children.
Okay.
As far as we are coordinating them, but we are not leaving them behind in any proceedings that we are making. And in come the very day, all the activity engagements that will be there will be wholly, done by them. We will just be behind the scene and watching everything.
Okay, mbaɗigol mum bella moy kan Atlantic TV la ñin tembenna balbe bismillah la ñin programme to ñin nekata la education bantabati bi ngamru soto wolle keta funding kelti mun bota kafo kono mi yalon ko wolle kana ka celebration o ke min keta the Day of an African Child wolom Africa dinigol mum mele lungo mi yalon ko ya bunya kerekere kake on the 16th of June 2025 bi mbole kachaka. So Umar, you can take us through the Mandinka language about a summary of what we have discussed. Yes.
Coming Mas Abaraka Bake, coming me and see Jambi, Wolong, Dolmu Fangol, organization of the Minial, Kafola, the Minial, and Balorin in the local. Modanang Black and the Damante, but Children for the Future Foundation, me and I'm serving as the executive director. Butung kabiring ning yusal diam tanada fonyo coming ilafta pour molbe celebration coming ya fonyo min Day of African Child mi lungolo mi yalo ne ya kere dindingol le dindingol la lungolo African Union mi yalo ne wala marta fengo Africa beba minkoto e ka fami African Union AU wala deñi put aside ka alandi pour ka dindingol la lungol dura minati na nyinketa wolom June Karo atili on the 16th of June 1976 karamu do dindingol lo min ya lon ne ko ifindi da banda South Africa Soweto ifindi da minen la wolom wato ya lon apatay le bi mi ya lon ne ko tibabu la dindingol ani mo fi ngol la dindingol e gara schoolol min do e man kili so sa ñin dindingol wulta minen la wolom commune la katandi ko ñin dindingol ñin tibabu dindingol be karanyami yamin be so don fana be lafta walla isaje be kanyan karan kuo kon butum inata protest ke dol nata faji dol baramata so butum wala tina African Union nata mi yala na Africa la bodiba wol nata nan kanyin lungo kere kere katandi nim 16 June si dal wolu pour molia si na wodindi wala we pay tribute to them wolom ke ka lungo mira ka mira mine keta nyilungo butum wala na nata nanja butum nyinang mbe nata nyo kanne pour ka celebration mo be kilindi
yeah
be wala sida
yeah Omar Yusufa, we move directly to the team of this year, and the team is Look Up. So give us a synopsis about Look Up. What do you mean by the team?
Thank you very much, Mas. The team speaks it all. They say look up. So meaning we should look up to the children of the less privileged. We should look up to the children that are vulnerable. We should look up to the children to have at least a quality education. So the team itself speaks itself, and I believe you and I, those watching us out there, will look up to the children, look up to every vulnerable child, look up to those children that are less privileged to make sure that they are up there. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a very good team. I even love it. Look up, and then I would say it's a very good phrase. So it have a lot of meaning. So and then anyhow, Omar, do you have any idea on the team?
Yes.
Yes.
Also, it is also going to perceive to set look up. This is going to encourage the focus of children to godliness and also other positive things. So it is also to encourage children to disassociate themselves with the destruction of negativity. This is going to be a meaningful engagement into things that will give them positivity in life. So basically, this year's theme, if you looked at it, it entails a lot of things. So I think basically that is what I.
Yeah, Omar, you also have an idea on the team?
yeah coming
Yeah.
like this says look up I think
Omar, you can say it in Mandinka, yes.
coming like niko look up wolom ngi dibe sai o dibero o bakela no nyaadi le wolom ndol fana wato ndol fana dindi man dum tanyum ko kono wato mina mon le bije min yalla nen ka wolle dibe sai bi fondol fana futata ni tembor sai wala nan tol fana sai ndol fana ba mine kala wolon kalo dindi mo le ka jibe mino mina problem moti anin mino mina sula kolti mbo wol jaral no nyaadi le ñun yamina ken tole fondol futata ñin tembo sai ndol fana ba mine kala dindi mo le pour sama kam isaje ifana futa commune dol futa dala mi wolle to yetambin tolla momo ka wole duwaye iba momo guro la kono dumana wala moyna fay tambino mo bi ka fo yammo fenke bi ya tembu bi ate tuano to wala ite dante dem ate fana e dawodo momo kamen fo wala momo yammo tembu wala amari na tambina mo be ka wole duwa so ñinan timo ñimmu wolti wala ndol fana ba kuol jibila no ñandi ne ba ka dinni wala problème o solve mi yalo ne wolle bi batandi kan isaje sama ni dol fana futata ñin tembol to isaji be idol fana ba dolle fana jibe dol fana sa wol ma koy.
Yeah, you should take us through the activities the children are going to do, whether there'll be a march past, there'll be cultural performance, because Africans, we have diverse culture. And then I think it's very important, at least we bring our culture in this celebration, because and all Africans, we all believe that we have a culture that is there to guide us. So certain activities like this, it's very important we bring culture and then other things which we think is very important and is educative for the children to learn.
Yes, as he said, there will be a march pass, and then also there will be a cultural display. There will be a drama display. There will be poetry. Yes, I think these are some of the activities we have. We will also have statements given by children themselves, and then also to authorities that are directly involved or directly working with children will also be given a chance to give a statement. And then also looking at the team, we want everybody to support and then everyone to come in on board.
Yeah, so we move on quickly because we're running out of time, and then so let's know the organization that are celebrating this. Yes.
Thank you very much. The organizations that are taking part in this year's celebration are as follows. Amnesty International Brikama Local Group, you have Children for Future Foundation, you have the Children's National Assembly of West Coast Region, you have Association of Working Children and Youths of Brikama, Association of Working Children and Youths of Bara, you have Education Bantaba, you have KIDA. KIDA, you know, they have their child wing that will be taking part, and then also Sideline in girls' education. These are the organizations we have that responded to at least to be taking part. But I believe we will not be limited to these organizations. And then this is just a start. Along the way, we might have organizations, child-led organizations that will come on board and then do the support, do the activity together.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's talk about the sponsorship. Yes, because the program cannot go without finance. The program cannot go without sponsor. Are we self-sponsored or?
Yeah, I think basically I can say we are, even though we have already done partner engagements into this celebration. As we all know, in the Gambia now we have donor fatigue, so we are not entirely depending on donors. This is why each organization we task them to come with a token of 5,000 that is going to help us in the start of the activity. We don't want it to sit lazy to say, okay, we wanted to depend on partners or donors. So, but meanwhile, we will tell the audience also that are watching us that we're still looking for support. If you feel like you can still come in and support the event, we would appreciate that. But we would still pushing up with the partners and then the donors to ensure that we have a successful event. But that doesn't stop us from coming together to do our contribution to go ahead with the activity.
Yes. Yusuf, do you have any positive response from the donors?
As of now, you know, we are from Tabaski, or we have written letters to partners for donation, but they are yet to respond. Like I said, I think we will still continue to make follow up, and then we are hopeful that they will come in because these are partners, these are authorities that always respond to the call of children, to the call of the less privileged. So I am hopeful once. We knock on them on a floor, they will respond. But we are not waiting on anybody and we are not going to relent. We will make sure that either we get the funding or we do not get the funding, we will have a celebration. It is going to be a big celebration or a small celebration, but what is in place is we will have a celebration and then make sure that those less privileged, their voices are heard. Those children that are vulnerable, their voices are heard.
Yes. Finally, and then who are the dignitaries invited to grace the occasion?
As of now, we are hoping to invite dignitaries. We are yet to invite them officially, but dignitaries that we are hoping to invite are BAC, the Brikama Area Council, the Governor of West Coast Region, the Ministry of Gender and Children's Welfare, then the Police Child Welfare Unit, and then the uh, Social Welfare Offices of West Coast Region, and then other authorities, not limited to what I have listed, but we might invite other authorities that we think can come and join us, and then that we think are directly involved with child-led organizations with children and then the most vulnerable. Not forgetting the kids, not forgetting our local authorities will all be invited. Yes, and whosoever is there also can come. Either you are invited or not, you can also come and grace this occasion with us.
Yes, Umar, your last words to the audience, those at the receiving end.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Sanyang. All right. I just wanted to put to the audience that this is something that we all own. It is not owned by just us. We deem it necessary that we have to come and then do this. But the work is just there for all of us. Whoever that is listening or watching us and then feel like uh, uh, um, you can add something to this team, you are invited to come. And then most of last my last words will be to the government. We know the government is doing good in terms of promoting child participation, but we still want much more efforts to be done, more especially in the side of education and then learning children learning skills. I think these are things that we need to really support. And then I'm indulging on all government officials, whether directly working with children or not. We, the right of children is everybody's business, because whether you have a children or you don't have, you're directly working with children. So this is a need for all of us to come together to ensure that we help the children. Thank you so much.
Yes, Umar, what do you think is going to be your final word to the audience?
My final words will be, you know, for the people, you know, that we write to and those that we did not write to, because this is not the only the issue of the ones sitting here, the organization sitting here, our organization that come together to initiate this thing. We are all UNESCO's region. If you can do anything that you can do, either cash or kind, you are, you know, welcome. And you know, anything that you can do to make our event, you know, successful, because it's for the children of West Coast region, not for us only. We are just, you know, doing our best and see what we can do for the children of this region. So we are not doing it, you know, for ourselves. If it is ourselves, I don't think some of us will be here. But it's for the, you know, interest that we have for the children of West Coast region. So I will urge each and everyone for, you know, to come forward, for them to come forward, you know, and support us with this, you know, great initiation.
Okay, thank you so very much, Isfa.
Yes, finally, I am calling on all to come and then support this organization, to support this celebration. Like we said, we are not limited to organizations, child-led organizations only, but also want to call on everybody to come and support, either in cash or kind. Like I said, we all started it from this child-led organization, and now we are heading this child-led organization. So this will tell you, child-led organizations are transformation organizations that will transform children to come to better youth, to come as good leaders, to come as good elders. So I believe if these child-led organizations are supported, will at least create a very good environment, create a conducive environment, and create good leaders, good youth leaders, and then these are the people. These are the people that will come and then be better leaders, better authorities of our country. So it started from the grassroots. Like I said, Omar was the president of Association of Working Children and Youth, and then Omar also was the two Omars we have also were were presidents of their own child-led organization. So here they are today to make sure that they give back a positive impact that they have got during their child activities to the younger one. So I believe everybody will come and support. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so very much, Umar Tarawale, Umar Dabo, and Yusufa Koli, representing the organizing committee of celebration of the Day of an African Child. I'm so pleased, then so happy, and then I wish you all best of luck in your events, and maybe yeah, you attain success in it. And then those at the receiving end, more especially the students, the schools like Mahat Senior Secondary School, they are key followers, and then Butterf Senior Secondary School, St. Peter's, Newsrat, and then you also have Kabafita Opan Senior Secondary School, Birkama Opan Senior Secondary School, Birkama Primary School, down to Mansakoli, the schools in West Coast, schools in the whole region, and then schools within the breadth and wide of this country. Thank you so very much. Keep following the education Bantaba. That's where the solution So that's where we can discuss and work some of the problems that are affecting our education system in this country. And then still, urging all donors, those at the receiving end, if you want to support this great initiative, please don't waste time. And then get rid to them. They'll make sure that they'll open their arms and they will embrace you. Thank you so very much till we have you in our next subsequent programs. Thank you.